Good morning, a rather cold morning for a Tesla Adventures video. I've just dropped Chloe off at school. As you can see, I've not had my hair and makeup done today before coming on YouTube, so that's probably a disaster. Anyway, I want to talk to you about something that happened yesterday, which I'm going to try and find a solution for, but at the moment I can't see one. Basically, last night the car was on charge. And at some point during the night we had a power cut. I know the power came back on at 3:15 in the morning. I don't know how long it was off, but I have managed to find out that it came back on at 3:15 through an IP address change on one of my systems, but I haven't looked what time it went off yet. I just haven't really bothered. But we charge our car using Economy 7 from Bulb, because we use Bulb, the energy supplier, because we find it's one of the cheapest tariffs as a EV user. But the main point is the power cut stopped the car charging, and we'd done quite a lot of running around the day before, so the battery was in quite a low state of charge for us. So when Emma took the car yesterday morning to go to work, it was quite flat. Luckily there was more than enough for her range. She does a round trip of about 10 miles on a school day. That includes collecting the kids from the various schools and getting backwards and forwards from work, so it wasn't a problem. But what was the problem is, for me, is the car didn't resume charging. I was puzzled by it. I don't know why it didn't resume, but it was actually quite a simple reason. When I got home last night, I plugged the Tesla back in, and the app said check the power. So the Tesla wall connector wasn't functioning correctly, and lo and behold, obviously the power cut had tripped the Tesla wall connector. So the wall connector was displaying the green lights and everything until you plugged the car in, and then it went red. So we had to press the button to reset the charger, and everything came back on. So that's why the car didn't charge. Now, how can we stop that from happening again? Well, obviously the power cut caused the problem, caused it to trip. Don't know why. Don't know why I didn't spot it. It's another thing. But how do we fix that? At the moment, I can't see any possible way of actually stopping that from happening, because obviously I can't control the power coming back on or going off, and what's happening to that power, whether it's surging or spiking or whatever you want to call it, during that on-off process. So if you've got any ideas on how we can prevent that from happening, just let us know in the comments below the video. But there you go. So quick one for you: make sure you've got the app turned on to notifications when charging's interrupted, because we only charge at home generally, and I don't leave them on because I hate all the notifications I get on my phone. I get enough of them. I don't really need one to tell me the car's charged. But clearly I do need to tell me that the charging's been interrupted, so you can guarantee that has now been turned on within the Tesla app. So one other thing to talk about, referrals. Obviously a lot of Tesla owners like to get as many referrals as they can to help people transition away from diesel, petrol, whatever form of transport they've got, into an electric vehicle, and ideally obviously a Tesla. That's what the referral program's for. As we all know, the money off, the £750, that's finished, so you no longer get a discount, but you still of course can get free supercharging offer at a new order or an inventory order, but that apparently is coming to an end at the end of January. And from the conversations I've had with certain people, there doesn't seem to be any indication that it's going to be carried on. Normally, apparently, they have hints of what's coming, you know, the extensions of what it might be. Whether this is true or not, I don't know, but it does seem that the referral program might be coming to an end. It has ended before and come back, so we'll see. And obviously, with the amount of Model 3s that Tesla need to get out there and whatever, maybe they're just looking after their revenue now, not giving away free supercharging. Free supercharging is essentially like your car manufacturer going and giving you free petrol or diesel. Now, if you're buying a Tesla 100D that's got a range of 350 miles, and just think about how much diesel that would cost you to use on that trip of 350 miles, and then think that, well, actually Tesla's giving me that free. That's a lot of mileage and a lot of energy free of charge, and that can go a long way to offsetting the cost of your Tesla Model X or Model S. So if you are thinking about it, about taking the plunge, you haven't quite got your finances sorted yet, maybe, do what we did. You stick your order in, put your deposit down. Slight difference in deposit value now. Ours was £1,000, now it's £4,000. So maybe it's a little bit harder to achieve and a little bit harder to stomach if you lose it. But put your deposit down and take a long delivery. There is actually another perfectly good reason for taking a long delivery. If the price comes down, you get a discount. If the price goes up and the spec changes, which it always does with Teslas because they're on hardware 2.5 now, you automatically seem to get those upgrades. So if you'd ordered like we did when it was AP1, AP2 came along in the September, and we took delivery in March, suddenly we had an AP2 car that we didn't order, which is fantastic. So we got an upgrade, no extra cost, and in fact the cost of the car at the time we purchased it was actually £8,000 more than the invoice price that we had. So you're offsetting depreciation as well, possibly. So that's another tip on buying a Tesla. We'll tell you all about how we came to get our Tesla in another video, but that's just some random thoughts for today. And please subscribe, do like the channel. I do tend to waffle on, I know that, but yeah, have a good time. Speak to you soon.